You've probably heard the phrase that everyone is you pushed out. And maybe you've even used it to shift a relationship or influence how someone responds to you. But here's the truth. Most people only scratch the surface of what this concept really means. Today we're going to dive much deeper into the metaphysical, the non-dual, and the quantum aspects of this concept of everyone is you pushed out. So we're not just talking about the world mirroring us. We're going deeper and talking about identity, consciousness, and reality creation. And before we get started, if you're serious about bringing your personal and spiritual growth to the next level, then sign up for my free newsletter below. The links are in the description and pinned comment. And if you sign up right now, you'll get one of my very popular guided meditations for free. So let's get started. So first, let's start with this classic interpretation of everyone is you pushed out, the version that most people know. So Neville Goddard taught this, and he taught that the outer world reflects your own inner state and inner assumptions. So in this sense, the world is you pushed out. If you assume that someone loves you, then they'll show up in a way that matches that. Or if you believe that people are unreliable, then they'll show up in your life in a way that matches that view. So it's all a mirror. Whatever you hold and believe to be true internally is what will then be projected back to you externally in the 3D world. So this concept is really that reality is just a mirror, that everything that we see out there really starts in here. It's internal, and we're all connected. And while this is very powerful and really fascinating, it's only the entry level to exploring this concept. So if we go a little bit deeper into this concept, everyone is you pushed out isn't just about others reflecting your beliefs back to you. It means that there's no separation. There is only one consciousness. There is really, if you get to the base of it, there's no you or them. There's only awareness appearing in different forms. So everyone that you meet is a version of you, filtered through your own assumptions, your identity, and your unique vibration. So viewed from this way, everyone is you pushed out means that when you're speaking with someone, you're speaking to an aspect of yourself. And this isn't about controlling them, but it's about recognizing that. Another way you might look at this is that reality is not linear, it's holographic. So every single person that you meet contains a fragment of the whole. Again, this concept that we're all interconnected. So when someone triggers you in some way, or disappoints you, or even in a positive way, really inspires you, they're showing you something that exists within yourself. So in this view, whatever happens externally is really a clue for you to dive deeper internally. So for example, let's say someone just really is annoying and irritates you. Well, it's not about them, it's about some anger or issues that you have internally that you have to work on. Because if that weren't there, you wouldn't be triggered. Or maybe someone you really admire. You think, wow, that person is just, I love what they're doing. I really respect them. I love that. That's tapping into something within you as well. Maybe you have some potential that you haven't quite brought to the surface yet. So you have some internal, unclaimed potential. And you see an example, you think, wow, like that's amazing. And there's a part of you that wants to do something similar. Or, a heartbreak. You're going through a really rough period. That's something too where it's triggering you to focus within yourself. And what are the parts of you that were triggered by this, breakup or whatever, that you now have to work on and figure out and bring to the light. So if you look at the world through this view, then the question is not, why are they doing this? Why are they doing this to me? The question becomes, how and why did I create this scenario? How did I create this version of that person to show up in my life? Because they're reflecting your unintegrated parts back to you, the ones that you've maybe suppressed or pushed away, so that in a beautiful way, you can become more aware of them, do the inner work, transmute them, and move on. So yet another really interesting aspect to this is the concept of a time delay. A lot of people, when they're on this path of spiritual growth and manifestation, they change the way they view the world, and they're operating from a higher place, a higher vibration. But they often find that reality does not change right away. And why is that? It's because there's a time delay. There's a time delay from inner changes to then the 3D world that we all interact in. So often in the 3D, what we're seeing, it's really the echoes of our old decisions and our old beliefs and our old assumptions. So again, reality is actually delayed. So what you're experiencing today, or right now, might be the results of decisions and assumptions that you had or made maybe weeks or months or years ago. So don't lose faith if things maybe seem the same or you're not seeing the positive changes that you want. A lot of times this is about dealing with things in the external and learning the lessons from previous experiences and now reacting differently. So in this sense, everyone as you pushed out, not only is it your internal state and assumptions being pushed out into the world, but often there's a time delay. So whatever situation you're experiencing or things you have going on, that's a reflection of the past you, not necessarily the present you with your new empowered beliefs and positive mindset. So now let's take it even further to the quantum level. So what is the quantum level of this idea that everyone is you pushed out? We can look at it that there are infinite versions of everybody, and every possible version of everyone already exists. In your own life, you're not changing anybody, but you're selecting a version of them that already matches your current frequency. So when you shift states, you shift timelines. And in that new timeline, people appear differently because you're different. So you're not really changing reality so much as you are tuning into a different frequency and a different level of reality that already exists, if that makes sense. I mean, we're getting a little bit further out there, but it's a fascinating way to view this concept, through this lens of this quantum reality, that every version, every possibility, or every scenario, situation already exists out there. And by you changing your own assumptions and beliefs and the way you approach the world, you're then tuning in to different versions of people and places and events that already exist. So after all these different, interpretations and ways we can look at this interesting concept, here's one final one, sort of the ultimate realization. And some of these resonate a little bit more with me than others, but it is sort of an interesting thought exercise. So the final layer is this, that you are not the person trying to change your world. You're just the awareness within which the entire world appears. So everyone and everything is you in disguise, in a different form. So in that sense, there's no separation. There's no outside. It's all awareness. And so in this way too, when you shift, the world shifts with you because there's no disconnect. Not because you're doing something, but because the world was never actually separate from you in the first place. So again, some of these resonate a little bit more than others, but I find this concept fascinating, especially if you're someone on like this journey of personal and spiritual growth. And occasionally, doing like a little analysis of these concepts can be really beneficial. And if nothing else, it's just an interesting thought exercise that bends your mind a little bit as far as how we perceive the world and our place in it. So ultimately, I think the most important takeaway of this concept that everyone is you pushed out is this, that it's not about control. It's really about awareness and awakening. So it's about seeing that all the people and places and situations in your life, they're showing you something. They're showing you certain aspects of yourself, maybe aspects that you're proud of, or maybe aspects where you have some more inner work to do. But it's all feedback, it's all for you, it's all happening for your benefit. So whatever's going on in the 3D, use it as a tool for integration, for honesty, and for personal growth and expansion. And again, if you want to bring your personal and spiritual growth to the next level, then sign up for my newsletter below. The links are in the description and pinned comment. And again, you'll receive one of my popular guided meditations for free if you sign up right now. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.